Yo guys, welcome back to Valorant Academy. I know some of you have been really wanting this series to be revived, and here it is. This one is going to be for people who want to learn some more angles. Hold some angles where people are going to be like, wait, where was he? We're going to start off on bind. Now, this one is on A heaven. What you want to do, you're going to stand on the ledge like this and walk forward just until your body is totally off the edge. Turn around, and what you have here is a headshot angle for anybody who walks out of short. You want to look over this box here, which after the latest patch, it's actually not wallbangable anymore, so this improves the angle even more. And when they run out short, you can literally go headshot. One thing you need to take into consideration, the enemies will be smoking the site. Usually you get a smoke here and a smoke here. If you stand up, you can actually see above the top of the smoke, and when they walk out, you will be able to see their heads. Here we have angle number 2. Again, on bind when you're defending. Quite commonly, this area here will be smoked off. A sage sometimes walls across the default. If you can't stop the plant, stand on this, what we call bench in game, and you can look over the sage wall if they've placed one like this. People will commonly run into lamps. This means you should be able to see their head before they see you. It's a very difficult angle to actually be able to find the kill, but if you do get an enemy who walks into lamps and your aim is pretty good, you should be able to take their head clean off. Here we have angle number 3, and this time it's on Ascent. Now this one, you need to have a sage wall. You can either have a sage on your team, or you can be playing sage yourself. Most commonly, this area here, the entrance to A main, is going to be smoked off. If A main is smoked off, simply use your sage wall like this, and you will be able to see above the smoke, meaning if they're peeking heaven, you can get easy kills. Here's angle number 4. Now this is on the defender's side of Ascent. Quite commonly, when the enemies push out onto A site and they go to touch the lever to pull the door down, you can get a really nice off angle. Just here, just as the enemies go to touch the lever, you can actually get them as they press F. When they touch the lever, you can simply peek out like this and kill them. Also, if they're pushing from short, you can use this angle here just to hold by gen. As long as you're like this, you should be safe if enemies push you from this side of sight. They're going to have to walk into your angle. This means when you're holding this angle, you can actually hold the generator push and also the sight push. This is angle number 5 that you guys need to learn. When you're defending, as long as you have B main control or you have someone on site watching B main, you can walk right onto the corner here and hold this angle. Many of the attackers will not see this angle coming. One big thing people do not know, this wall here is totally wall bangable. But if you do catch someone here and you see that they see you and they fall back, you can wall bang this wall. Here we have angle 6. Now this angle is very situational. This angle here is pretty much playing off contact from your player CT, or if your player CT has moved to elbow. Quite commonly, heaven will be smoked, meaning you don't have to worry about dying from heaven. If the enemies are executing and heaven is smoked, try and hold this angle here. What this means is when enemies push and they try to get towards CT, you can catch them off guard right here. Sometimes, what happens is the enemies will push out, and if your team use utility, they will have to flee under heaven, which means you can get a free kill under heaven like this. Or you can peek from the left side like this. Like I said earlier, it's very situational. If you're an agent like KO who has flashes, you can use these flashbangs to your advantage like so. Flashbang. Here we have Icebox for angles 7 and 8. Icebox is known for having many angles to check when pushing the A site. Now this angle here that many call the headshot angle is absolutely superb. By crouching like this, the enemies will not be able to see you ahead from belt. When the enemies are pushing, you can aim down the sight like this, or you haven't got to aim down the sight at all. And when they cross, you can take their head off. One thing that makes this angle worse than the other angles in this episode is that you can also be pushed from here, which is nest, or here, which is pipe. This angle here is best for agents like reyna or jett, who can get the kill, dash away, or dismiss away. I'm for angle 8. Now this one is one for you operator mains, or if you've got a clean shot with the vandal, this one's for you. There's 2 variations of this one. You have a little gap just here where you can see the enemies push onto belt. If you have an operator, this is perfect. I'd be surprised if you get a kill with a vandal here, but if you do, perfect. Again, beware of the pipe push and beware of the maze push. The second variation of this angle is right in the corner, just here. This angle here is a bit safer, and all you can see is their head. Here we have angle 9 on Haven. Now this one here, I like to use on pistol round. It's a very uncommon angle, or corner you could call this one, for people to check. But the simplicity of this angle is, and I use this quite a lot, when enemies run down short, the first thing they check is this, right? And by the time they've done this, to check up here, you're already in this corner. Remember, pistol rounds are played sometimes, and quite usually, fast. Enemies will be running down here with no time to check this angle, or if they do, you should be able to get the upper hand on them. Angle 10. This one is very situational as well, and usually used on agents who are lurking, or your average Jett player in ranked. When your teammates are pushing A, you can hold this angle like this. When the enemies are rotating from C through B, you can get 3 kills. If you do see 2 enemies cross like this, and they don't check you, you can always flank them like this, trigger discipline, maybe get a knife kill. Let's do one more for Breeze. We have an angle on Breeze. Breeze is garbage. There we are. There's 10 angles you guys can use in your Valorant matches to try and help better your gameplay and outsmart your enemies. Some of these angles people do know about, so don't be surprised if they do pre-fire you. Make sure you mix and match your angles. Don't always use the same angles round after round. It will become repetitive and people will keep on checking you. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like button, comment what you want to see next time, and make sure you subscribe to the channel.